I'm gonna do some Googling. I'm gonna hit the Google machine and see exactly what this motor should look like as far as with the chrome parts and all that. And we'll get that all together. And then we'll, when we come back tomorrow. Welcome to the Workbench, where we try to make things. And what we're trying to make right now is Revell's 1956 Ford Thunderbird. And if you'd like to build along, there's a link down in the description where you can get your own. Helps out the channel, and you can get your own if you want to build along or build at a future date. But let's go ahead and get started with this. I have not opened this. Well, I have opened the box. I don't want to lie. I've opened the box to make sure all the pieces are there, but I don't think I've opened, let me see. I can't even remember if I opened the plastic. I don't think I have. Well, quite frankly, I can't even open the box. There we go. Let's see. So we've got our instructions. Yeah, I have not opened the plastic yet. Here's our body. And I thought what we would do today is kind of see what we got here and hopefully get to work on it together. And then in coming episodes of this build, what is this here? I have no idea what this paper is about. It's probably warning me not to eat it or something to that effect. And then we've got, yeah, here's our decals. So I'm gonna leave those there. Is this our clear? No, this is the hood and whatnot. I'll just leave those, and it looks like maybe, yeah, the hood and whatnot. I'll leave all that in the box, set it aside. Yeah, in episodes to come after this, I'll have made progress and we can just kind of get updates on it. But I thought today it'd be fun if we kind of open it up, see what we've got, and maybe get to work on it a little bit. It's always exciting to get started with a new kit, and I'm excited. And you always start, of course, with the drivetrain. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open to our first page. I probably shouldn't have thrown the box on the floor because I think I wanna put our pieces in here as we open these up. So I'll put the body in there. Let me back the camera out just a little bit. Get a little wider view, there we go. So let's go ahead and get these open. I like to go ahead and get them opened up, get everything out. We can take a look, make sure everything's in good shape. Hopefully this plastic bag is not too loud on the microphone. Yeah, so here, this is our engine parts. Looks like this is probably mainly what we're gonna need for our first step. Here's our chassis and some blower motors, looks like, and whatnot. Interior tub, exhaust. We're probably gonna need that piece for the motor. Might be some motor parts here. I'll just set this one to the side so we have it. We've got clear parts here. I'm gonna leave those in their bag. I don't want them to get scratched up. I'm gonna leave the wheels and tires in their bag also, and our chrome pieces, which I will also leave in the bag because I don't want those to get scratched up. So, not a whole lot. I don't think there's a whole lot to this kit, which is nice. It'll be a nice change from what I had been doing. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's get started with step one, right? I guess, normally you would. Well, I start with step one. I'm one of the weird guys. I'm a weird guy that actually reads instructions. I know I think a lot of the guys just build the kits because they've done so many or whatever. I've done 1,000 kits too, but I still read the instructions. Let me know down in the comment section. Do you read the instructions? Do you follow it step by step? Because I basically do. Even when I do custom models, I still kind of follow the flow of the instructions. I don't know why. Let me know what you do though down in the comment section. What do we need? We need part 8, which is this guy here. So let me go ahead and, let's see, how do I clip this? Probably from the back. Let me make sure I stay in frame. I always forget about that. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't have the lower camera right now. It will be coming back to the channel. So all we have is a overhead camera. So I gotta make sure I stay in focus for that. It looks like, are these all chrome pieces? It looks like it, but 24 is the distributor. Where's 24, I wonder? I'm just looking for the distributor, to be honest with you. Was it on this? Flip it over. 14. There's only so many. There's only so many to choose from here. I am overlooking it somewhere. It's got to be on here. Where is 24? Anybody see 20? If you see 24, please raise your hand. I would appreciate you letting me know where the distributor is located. Oh, I just found it. Okay, hands down. I found it. It's right here. Right next to the interior tub. That's where you would expect to find your distributor. And where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's white on white. I can't find it. What else? And I think these are all chrome pieces. So we'll have to see I'll have to decide what I'm gonna do about that, because that's, yep. So we're gonna have to open our chrome up. I don't know if I want to, a lot of times these plastic chrome pieces, the chrome stuff is not the best. It's, you know, a lot of times I like to go ahead and paint them. I might have to decide, yeah, because you can see like this piece here, that's, it looks like fake. It looks like chromed plastic, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and clip them out, and then I'll try to decide what we're gonna do here. If we're gonna go with that as far as the chrome parts, because the other thing too is you end up with, you know, these spots that need to be painted. So I think we're probably gonna end up painting these some way or other. Where's 42? Because that's a chrome piece also, which is this guy here. What is 42? I don't even know what it is. Pop that off there, and then yeah, we've got our breather cap thing. Where's 7? It says it's chrome. I'm gonna believe them when they tell me it's from the chrome tree. Well, I mean, it has a star by it. I think that means chrome. I probably could have looked it up in the instructions, but I'm pretty sure from my experience building models that star usually means it's a chrome piece, but I'm sure not. Why am I not? Oh, I just found it. Okay. Yeah, it's this guy here. Oh, I see. It's going away from me. So it's right here. Get off there. Where'd you go? Okay, so that's our pieces. Now, I need to, do I want to, I mean, I have to assume that these are chrome pieces on the original car. So I think I'll set them to, I'm gonna set them to the side. I'll have to clean them up. I don't think I'm gonna actually install them just yet. I'm not gonna install the distributor either, because that's gonna need painted. But I think what I will do, because this is supposed to be A, whatever color that is, so is the engine block. So let's go ahead and get the engine block pulled out. And let's just get, I like to try to put all the pieces together that you can paint in one big piece. Or when I say put together, I mean glued together, so that, you know, they're kind of all together there, and paint them in one piece. Trying to not over clip these parts. There we go. And generally what the first thing you do when you're building the motor transmission, and it is, you can see that in this kit that the motor and transmission is all one piece. Yeah, go ahead and glue this together. I have glue somewhere. Here we go. Also, I want to grab, yeah, I have a clamp. I have some clamps over here. Good. I've got everything close to me so I can make this happen. I'm going to glue it together. What I like to do is try to glue it all together, and then I'll clean up all of the kind of burrs and whatnot. And I try to glue as much on the inside as I can, because I don't really want a bunch of glue outside. I am using Tamiya's ultra thin, or what do they call this? Yeah, ultra thin cement. So it doesn't leave a lot of mess, and it you know, it works its way in between the seams here, into the joints, I guess I should say. I want to make sure and get the full seam though, because I don't want anything like, see up front here, but it's okay up front. Up front we got a bit of a gap, but that's just how it's fitting. I probably could have cleaned it up. Probably should have cleaned up the surfaces, the mating surfaces a little bit, but that's all right. I think it's going to be okay. Where's my clamp? So let me see if I can put a big clamp here, if it'll hold. And I might put a little clamp on the transmission to hold back there. Okay, we're going to let that glue up, and then let's go ahead and clip our other pieces. It looks like, let's go ahead and get our chrome stuff we need. We need the valve covers. Again, I'm not crazy about the chrome plated plastic. It just never really, it just doesn't look right to me. So we might end up painting. I mean, I think without a doubt we're gonna end up painting those. I'm gonna, you know, do some Googling and see what in a right off, you know, what a 56 Thunderbird's engine bay look like right off the assembly line. Yeah, see what, you know, is, I don't think it would have had chrome parts. what are these? Yeah, it has the Thunderbird logo on them. So they're not, these aren't meant to be like aftermarket valve covers or anything. I wanted to do this one kind of like, or not kind of like, I wanted to do it like just a stock Thunderbird. Like somebody did a restoration of it, you know, so it's gonna be real clean and all that. Even, oh my goodness, even the, why is that? Oh, that's number 1 is chrome. What is that? So there's a little piece here. It looks like it's gonna go on our pulley assembly. Where is number 1? It has a star, so it's like it's a number 1. Where are you? Why are these just not numbered 1 through, like, why is it not like 1 through 30 or whatever? And then I don't understand why the numbers skip all over the place. I don't see number 1. I think they're lying to me. Yeah, I have looked at every piece on this tree and there is not a number 1. Well, let's go ahead and grab our, where did we see the, what you call it? The, oh, here, the pulley assembly. Let's go ahead and clip that. We're going to need that. Like so. So that's, we're supposed to just, I don't know what they're saying, but yeah, that's number 6. It says number 1. I sure didn't see it. That's all the pieces we need. I'm gonna have to let the motor assembly dry up, clean it up. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this in. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do in between episodes so that when we come back tomorrow, they show putting this all together as its own assembly. I don't think we have to do that. I like to try to get, because we can paint this all together. I'd rather do it that way. When I say all this, I mean the intake and the motor. Now this is this the upper radiator hose, I guess? That's gonna need, you know what, that might end up getting clipped off because I've got hose we could use for that would look a lot better. Yeah, but that can always happen. We'll decide, I need to decide. So here's what I'm gonna do in between episodes. 1, start getting this assembly put back together. Or not put back together, but put together. And I'm gonna decide what, because I think what I'm gonna keep it a little bit more simple than the Mustang build, which by the way is still going on in the background. I just want you to know that another new episode on it will be coming up. But I think what I'm gonna do is get this motor assembled between episodes, or as much of it as we can. Decide what aftermarket parts, I guess we'll say, we want to do, because I think what I'm going to do is upper lower radiator hose and probably plug wires, and that's probably about it. I might do battery cables because they're pretty simple, but I don't want to go too overboard. I don't know, we'll see. You know how it goes. I say that and then next thing you know, I'm there's 18,000 wires and hoses, and just because it's fun. But I don't know, that's kind of, I'll make that decision. I think in between episodes, I'm going to do some Googling. I'm going to hit the Google machine and see exactly what this motor should look like as far as with the chrome parts and all that. And we'll get that all together. And then we'll, when we come back tomorrow, because I think tomorrow is going to be another Thunderbird episode. And then, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday, so Monday. Yeah, that's going to be right. So Monday will probably be a Mustang update. So tomorrow, we'll see the update on this and where we're going with it and have something together for you to look at. And then we'll probably just keep working on it. So if you enjoyed this, hit the like button. If this is a build you want to keep up with, and all the other builds are going to be going on here, I'm going to have 3 builds going on at this moment. So if that's something you want to keep up, hit the subscribe button and leave the comments down below. Let me know. I know I asked a question earlier. What was the question I asked? I don't know, answer the question that I asked earlier and do all those things that everybody tells you to do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.